Do you want to talk or say anything about the AFL draft and the
We might
changes
as
they're making?
well. We've talked off camera about it, and
Yeah.
we can might as well bring our confusion about it to the people watching this because
Why don't we just say that?
yeah,
Because I know I don't feel comfortable talking about this because I have no idea what the heck's going on.
I
To
don't
me, this is
either.
this is this is one of the more convoluted uh what do I want to say, executions of a draft that I've ever seen.
And it was confusing before this,
Yeah.
and they've had, you have point values you use for picks or whatever, and you can you can gain points and lose points, and
You've
it's
got
mind boggling. And they tried
you've
to
got you
streamline it.
you've got the father son thing.
Yes.
You've got the Northern Academies.
Yes.
You've got the next generation academies and how other teams can bid on these players as long as the points match up. And I swear to God, my head hurts on this. Why
It's
does this
hard, and
have to
they
be
tried to
so
stream.
complicated?
Yeah, they tried to streamline it by making it so that you could only swap two picks for one. Well, I know there was a lot of
And they
criticism.
have to be in the top 36, which I assume is the first two rounds of the draft, right?
Yeah, which is, and there was a lot of that Brisbane got one of the Ashcroft brothers a few years ago by giving up four picks, all in the 40s. Now, how they got
Right.
four picks in the 40s, I don't know, but they
Yeah.
didn't give up one of their top picks if they even had one. I don't know, but they even said the commissioner even
Well,
said that it was a generous set of circumstances for Brisbane a couple years ago, and they're trying to get rid of that. But it's the teams that are penalizing. One is ironically Carlton, which has one of the top father son, maybe the top prospect. I think it's Cody Walker who plays for
yeah,
the
I think
VFL
he's
team.
number one. I mean, he's
Yeah,
expected to go first overall,
yeah,
right?
and now they're saying they can still get him, but they have to give up picks 3 and
Yeah,
27, I
they
believe.
got to give up the house.
Yeah, they've got to give up the house to get him. And I mean, hey, if you're going to have that kind of father son rule and you want to have that guy on your team, you should have to give up some things to get him. Port Adelaide's the other team, I guess, that was going to is going to be hurt by this. I don't really know their circumstances, but again, it's so confusing. And then there's like discounts for where you finish in the ladder, and it's I don't even know if the average fan over there understands this. I don't know if the hardcore fan over there understands it. At least over here with the NFL draft, it's pretty cut and dry. You finish where you finish according to the previous season. There are trades. You do get compensatory picks for losing free agents.
Right.
Those come after, though. They're not like your team signs my guy. You don't lose this pick. The other team that lost the player gets an additional pick at the end of a certain round.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6. And it's not confusing. I don't understand it over there. That's when we kind of laughed off camera talking about this, that we didn't really understand it. How are we going to address it?
Yeah.
I think the best way to address it is just that we don't understand it. And again, we would love if we can ever get our reach out there far enough to get an executive or a seasoned journalist over there that understands this, can break this down in a layman's terms. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, please put it in our English. Would you please, 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 please? Because that was my thing. I mean, I really don't want to talk about it because I don't understand what's going on. And I'm just not comfortable talking about something I don't understand. But at the same point, I have no problem saying, this is confusing. And you make the comparison with the NFL. And I mean, you're right. The NFL is a lot more cut and dry, and most of it's because they don't have the father-son rule in the NFL. They don't have these northern academies where you were trying to outreach to the people in those areas, or the next generation academies, where each team has their own academy and their outreach to the indigenous people of the country. You don't have that in the NFL. You got colleges. You got colleges and people that declare for the draft, and then you go get them. I mean, that's basically how it is.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. If we can get somebody on this show that can, halfway explain to us how this works, that would be awesome.
It would be.